In the game of hip-hop, the contributions of many of the pioneers and major players that paved the way for today's superstars have been buried by time and appear only as a footnote in history books. This show will shine a spotlight on those history makers. This is Pioneers, Players, and Rhyme Sayers, where we tell our story before it becomes his story. One of the most influential pioneers of West Coast hip-hop was Lonzo Williams, a Compton DJ turned promoter, then record label owner. His label, Crew Cut Records, launched some of the biggest names in hip-hop that changed music and the world.
I think someone's at our door, brother.
Wait, hold on, let me do this right. It's KCEP, Power 88, your soul school station. Right now, you probably figure, man, what is going on? Is it a West Hills tribute? Is it a rap contest? Is it a hip-hop affair? No, man, this Take Me Back Tuesday, the Morning Mayhem show, and somebody is outside at our door.
Someone's at our door.
Who is
it?
Avon calling. What's up, folks? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, hip-hop history, legendary, from world-class wrecking crew, Lonzo! What's up, folks? What's up, Las Vegas?
My name is Alonzo, a.k.a. Lonzo, a.k.a. the world-class Grandmaster Williams. I am the founding member of the World-Class Wrecking Crew. World-Class Wrecking Crew was one of the first hip-hop groups out of the West Coast. Not the first, one of the first. We were the first to get signed to a major label. We started right here on Avalon El Segundo, on a Humbug, and we blew up, and my members became N.W.A, Dr.Dre, and it was all just a big old accident.
If it hadn't been for Lonzo, I would never met Dre. You know, Lonzo was how do you explain it? He was the connection. It's like whatever I needed, whoever I needed to know, whatever I didn't know, if I needed to learn something, Lonzo was who I went to, and I still do. He'll tell you, I'll call him sometime and say, hey, Lonzo, what do you know about this, blah, 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 blah. 9 times out of 10, he knows the answer.
Lonzo has impacted West Coast hip-hop by being one of the pioneers or the beginning of West Coast hip-hop. He's definitely a great mentor. He's launched off a lot of people in the game like Dr. Dre and DJ Yella, N.W.A. So I would say that he impacted us greatly by being the beginning of our tree.
I started the World Class Wrecking Crew because I had brought in acts like LL Cool J to the Eve After Dark, my nightclub. I brought in Curtis Blow, Soul Sonic Force, and every time I brought the groups in, the club would get packed. We'd been there like 5 years, so we was trying to find a way to reinvent the club. And I couldn't afford to keep buying airplane tickets and paying the group. And I thought it would be better if I had my own house group, like a house band. And so I formed the World Class Wrecking Crew. Well, actually it was the Wrecking Crew, which were the infrastructure of the Eve After Dark. And we made a couple of records just to give ourselves some extra notoriety. And next thing I know, I'm starting to get the phone calls from Texas and Louisiana to come do gigs. I'm like, how'd you hear about us? Your record's on the radio.
Records, mixer, turntables, speakers. 7 days a week, he's on call to get the party people up off the wall. You'll feel motivated as he operates, 'cause party energy is what he generates.
My name is Mona Lisa Young, and I was the first female of the World Class Wrecking Crew. I met Alonzo through an engineer that I had worked with before, and he called me.
Mona Lisa joined the world-class Wrecking Crew and paved the way for hip-hop songstress Michelle and Mary J. Blige.
Lovers was like one of the first crossover hip-hop singing recordings, you know, with vocals.
What they call a loft now today, that's where it all started. Actually, the loft then was the Eve After Dark. My father, Jeff Harris, is who put the name out there and built the actual building, Eve After Dark. My first memories of the world-class wrecking crew, we was all broke with our idea, and everybody was trying to do what they could do to make it work. It wasn't even about the money then. It was about everybody in the neighborhood trying to have somewhere to be. At that particular time, Lonzo actually was a manager at Kenny's shoe store.
And actually, what I saw with Dr. Dre and Lonzo was that they wanted to make money. They wanted to have people have a good time.
I met Dre as a teenager at the Eve After Dark. Me and Dre went back for a while. You know, as kids, we grew up on the same neighborhood, same street. But I'm 8 years older, so I didn't really pay him no attention. I opened Eve After Dark in 1979, and maybe about a year or so after I opened the club up, he shows up. I don't know who he is. You know, he's dressed in a white T-shirt, some jeans, or whatever the case may be. He got this little short cat with him, and because the style of the day was skinny ties and baggy pants and jerry curls, if you ain't dressed like Morris Day in the Time, you're not coming to Eve After Dark, okay? And you know, it was a teen club, so I had the option of letting them in under 18. But if you didn't fit my dress code, no go. So he didn't fit the dress code, so I let him in. And he told me who he was. I said, but you know my people, man. Who's your people? The Young, Lloyd and Floyd and Deborah. Oh, okay. We all hung out together. I'm Theodore's son. I knew we started calling names. I started recognizing. So I said, okay, man, cool. But, you know, right now we got a dress code. Dude, if you come back dressed, I'll let you in. And sure enough, next week he had a little skinny tie on, baggy pants. Came in the club, had a good time. But before he got into the club, he had his little short partner with him. Looked like he was about 15 years old, and I'm like, he can't come in. Oh man, why I can't come in? This is who's known now as Easy. Oh man, why I can't come in? You know, man, I'm the same age he is because you dress like a bum, okay? And I let Dre in just to piss Easy off because he'd start talking shit. So I just like, okay, let's keep your ass out here then. I was the man, okay? I pulled the man executive order on him. Make a long story short, I became a bunch of curly hair, Jerry Curl, leaky so-and-sos, blah, 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 blah. And it wasn't no big deal, but I just did it to piss him off. Shortly after that, Dre ended up on the turntables. And right to this day, how he ended up on the turntables at my club, I don't know.
Hello, this is Dr. Dre. I'm not in right now. But if you leave your name and number at the sound of the beep, I'll be sure to give you a call as soon as I return.
These days, you can find Lonzo in his club, where he still works with upcoming artists, hosts a TV show, and every chance he gets, he's on the wheels, rocking a crowd. This is Kevin Nash for Pioneers, Players, and Rhyme Sayers.